Today we will be having a concise dialogue about Kromede, the character with the big time-gated level. Kromede is the archer with like 4 different skin tones from Aion. Aion? Yeah, I can't fucking say that. Now, Kromede was a semi-popular character partially because of the BS time-gated system for getting her upgrades, but also because she generally made people feel uncomfortable.
God, this is insane. Alright, so now.
Yeah.
Did he just nut?
This is... I just...
Dog!
Yeah.
It's a nut!
Filthy.
There's a nut!
Yet still, she is best known for her absolutely massive bow, allowing her to fire a steady pace of high damage attacks most effective at mid-range. Now, Kromede's passive is called Bloody Boys, and it's kind of weird. Your basic attacks will apply bleed to enemies that are hard CC'd. Now, Chrome B only has 2 CCs and they aren't really the most consistent, so it's more of a nice thing to have rather than a mechanic to rely on. Her survival skill is the ball. It summons the ball around you that will block the first attack they hit you, then give you a move speed bonus. It's also pretty cheap, so you can use it twice in a row. Chromede's first skill is
1, 2, 3, 4. How many niggers are in my store? I know you're stealing.
I don't know why it's called that, because you can only fire it 3 times. But you just choose 3 shots that are each slightly more powerful than the last. Chromede's next skill is Giga Shot, which allows Kromede to take advantage of her large and voluptuous arrow to knock back enemies. Now this has a really weird CC effect. If an enemy passes through another enemy, then the enemy they went through gets stunned, but the original target doesn't. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking either. This skill is called Arrow Rain. Kromede has an absolutely ridiculous set of arrows. She can afford to fire all of them mindlessly into the air, just like every other character with a bow who has ever been created. Now this skill can do a fuck ton of damage, and it deals bonus damage against bleeding enemies, which your passive can do. Chromede's last skill is Spike Dudes. Summons a line of spike dudes that will snare anyone who steps on them. This is arguably her better CC move, since the line is wide and the snare is long, but the range is pretty short, so you have to be right up on them. Just bear in mind, this skill requires the enemies to actually walk into the spikes and not destroy them by just shooting them. This goes really well with Arrow Rain since it keeps the randos in place while they get tactically nuked, and provides the CC to apply the bleed for Rain to deal bonus damage. Chromede's ult is called Mega Milkers. Now this is because of the unrealistically inflated proportion of time my dad has spent getting milk at the store. What it's supposed to do is let you fire in a large cone with increased damage for a while. Yet, like my dad, you will never actually get to see this ultimate, because every time you use it, you will get caught in a Vita ult for an eternity until it times out. For nodes, 2 attack damage, 2 skill power, and 2 stamina can actually do you some good, though you can always bring more skill power to make Arrow Rain that much chonkier. For augments, bringing damage is probably best. After you grind out 150 shards from time-space distortion like a silly little clown. In-game, skill power is really good if you have Arrow Rain, though damage and CC reduction can all be mixed in there, and it'll still be pretty good. Her skills are all relatively balanced in their strengths and weaknesses, unlike some people, so it's really up to your personal preference as to how you want to build her. But in general, Spiky Dudes and Arrow Rain go pretty good together. Kromede is very good at kiting and will do most of her work against enemies that are chasing her, trying to get but a smidgen, but a small physical grope of her colossal, yet supple, boosted move speed. She is played best with a tanky CC master like Cat or Kag to switch into for survival if you end up getting surrounded, and also applying a more reliable CC than Spike Dudes, which can actually set up for some pretty nasty plays. Now you too know how to play Kromede, and can confidently pick her the next time you hop onto the most active gamer hub of 2022. Which is not Aion, by the way, it fucking sucks. Most active gamer hub of 2022, MXM. I'll see you when we die.
I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted.